Hey guys, Tom the ColourBlind Quilter here. Now, I have a confession to make. I have not sewn anything since the end of April 2022. It's been so busy. Some days I'm working 14-hour days, some days I have to work at the weekends, and by the time I'm done, I'm just exhausted and have no energy left to quilt. Then by the time I've done my chores, I'm just like, ah. So today I decided that enough was enough. I miss quilting so much that I am challenging myself to find 50 minutes every day for the month of August to do something quilting related. Now, this is not about organizing or creating systems to manage that. This is just about finding time to sew. But to make sure my brain can't be like, oh, I am going to make a list of things that I can do over these 50-minute slots, including this pile of UFOs here. So I thought it would be good if I could make myself accountable for this, which is why I've decided that I'm going to post a video every single day telling you what I've done, and I hope that you'll follow along with me and see my progress as I go through the month. But then it occurred to me that some of you might also be in the same boat as me, where actually you might not have sewn for a little while, or you might not be sure about getting your soju back. So if you want to join me, I highly encourage you to share your own update using the hashtag August Quilting Challenge. Just for fun, I've made a very quick handout that you can download from the link in my bio. And what you're going to do is that every day you successfully manage to sew, you are going to put a big tick. So I hope you'll join me, and I hope you'll share your progress, and let's see if we can get through this together and get our sojo back. So good luck. Hey everybody, Tom here, and it's day one of the August Quilting Challenge. And I'm happy to report that we got off to a strong start for our challenge. Despite having a packed calendar today, I made sure that I found my 50 minutes this afternoon in between some tasks to take a break, have a cup of tea, and do my 50 minutes of sewing. So my project is a nonchalant quilt. I'm making two of these, and they're from Natalia Bonner's book, Cabin Fever. The starter blocks that make up the bigger blocks, I need 120 of them for the two quilts. So I divided those up into containers of 20 so that I could batch sew them in the time that I had. And in the 50 minutes, I actually managed to get 66 of them sewn. Now I confess, when the timer went off, I found it very hard to stop and thought, oh, I could just sew for another 5 minutes. But I didn't, and I stopped myself, and that's really important. And the point isn't to go mad, the point is to establish a new habit and get used to the routine of sewing for 50 minutes every day. So I can always come back to it later tonight, which I probably will, but it's important that when I'm doing this that I just stick to my 15 minutes. So I took great delight in giving myself a very big tick on my calendar to mark one successful day down. And then tomorrow I'm going to see if I can get the remaining 54 of them chain pieced, and then I'm going to cut them all up and put them back into their boxes. So how was your day one? Did you manage to find those 50 minutes to get your quilting going? Remember, get your own calendar so that you can tick the days off, and there's a link in the bio to download that for free. I'm off now to celebrate with a cup of tea, and I'll see you tomorrow for day two. Day two, and I'm happy to report another successful day of sewing has been done. Today was a lot harder though than yesterday. Work is full on and stressful. So as I was sewing, I found my brain wandering backwards and forwards to work, thinking I need to do this and I need to do that. So just kept having to remind myself, this is my time, no work, nice deep breaths, and on with the sewing. So in my 15 minutes, I managed to sew the remaining 54 of those blocks that I showed you yesterday, and then I cut them all up and put them into two piles of 60. Then I turned around and remembered that I need an A version of the block and a B version of the block, and I need 120 of each. So I've got another 120 of those to sew. So that takes care of days 3 and 4 for my challenge. Now I do want to say I have been absolutely blown away by the response from the Instagram community. I've had so many comments, likes, shares, and people taking part. I can't believe that everybody is taking to this as much as they have. So a massive thank you. It's not too late to take part. You can still join in. Just get sewing 50 minutes a day. Keep tagging me. Keep using the hashtag Autumn Quilting Challenge so that I can see what's going on, because I love seeing all your posts. Tomorrow in my stories, I'm going to be posting an Ask Me Anything session where I'll answer questions about this challenge. So feel free to join in with that, and I will do my very best to answer them all. So how was your day two? Did you get some sewing done? Don't forget to tick off your calendar as you successfully complete each day. If you haven't already done your day two, best of luck, and we'll see you on day 3. Day 3 of the August Quilting Challenge, and I'm happy to report that it is another successful day of sewing done. Today wasn't quite as hectic for me, and I had a little gap between meetings, so I took full advantage of that to get my 50 minutes of sewing in. Now, I wasn't sure today if I wanted to do some pressing or whether I wanted to sew more of those little blocks. However, when I couldn't find my little mini quilting iron, it was decided for me that I was going to do more sewing. So the moral of the story is make sure all your equipment and everything that you need for your session is ready to go so that you don't waste time looking about for it. So I'll find 10 minutes tonight to just just make sure I've got everything I need for the next couple of days of sewing. But I did manage to get 60 more of those little blocks done, so I'm now 3/4 of the way through them. My sewing machine did decide, with 1 minute left on the timer and on the very last of the 60 blocks, that it was going to chew up the bobbin thread and spit an error at me. Uh-oh. So I very quickly took it out, rethreaded it, and then restitched it and managed to do everything on time. So, phew, done. But so typical in the very last minute, on the very last block, that kind of thing would happen. My Ask Me Anything in the stories today also did not work for some bizarre reason. Instagram doesn't seem to like me, so we'll be trying that again tomorrow. So how was your day 3? Did you manage to get some sewing done today? Make sure you are tagging me and using the hashtag Autumn Quilting Challenge so that I can follow on with all your progress. It's been lovely seeing all your posts so far. So good luck with your day 3 and we'll see you tomorrow on day 4. Hey everybody, it's day 4 of the August Quilting Challenge, and yes, I am happy to report this is my 4th consecutive day in a row of sewing. Yay! So today I got another 60 of those little blocks pieced together and sewn, so I now have 120 of them done, and they just need to be cut apart and then ready to be pressed. Now, remember yesterday I had that bobbin problem where it chewed up and gave me the error? Well, today it happened again, and the machine completely had a temper tantrum, and I discovered for some reason that the bobbin had wound itself completely upside down. So I had to wind the bobbin from the bobbin, making sure that it wound again. So that did take a little bit of time. So I probably could have got them cut up. But hey ho, we roll with the punches. So tomorrow I am going to be cutting and press some of those little blocks so that I can get ready and start to sew the next part of the log cabin on. And I found my blocks that I had made. I made 2 test blocks so that I now have these pinned on the wall as reference so that I sew everything in the right places and don't sew them upside down, because I don't want to waste any of my 15-minute sessions picking seams. Again, Instagram stories did not work today. I just don't know what's wrong with it. It really doesn't like me. So take 3 tomorrow for Ask Me Anything. How was your day 4? Have you managed to do some sewing today? Are you still with me? Are you still enjoying it? Remember to keep tagging me and posting using the hashtag August Quilting Challenge. I love seeing everything that you guys are up to, and I am looking forward to seeing you tomorrow on day 5. Hey everybody, it's day 5 of the August Quilting Challenge, and today has been just one of those days. Work has been just crazy. So I'm feeling quite physically and mentally tired today. Despite feeling like I was working all day, I didn't really feel like I got through very much stuff at all. And I was getting pulled into random meetings left, right and center. So didn't think I was going to make the 15 minutes, but after dinner I was like, no, it's 15 minutes, it's my time, I'm going to go and do this. I'm quite happy to just sit down and mindlessly press little blocks. So I did. So day 5 is done. I managed to press 139 of these little blocks, and that just bugs me. So I had to quickly press another one so that I had 140 done, and that was my 50 minutes up. And what struck me is that it's amazing how much you can get through in such a short space of time when you're just, everything's there in front of you and you're just lift, press, lift, press, lift, press. So it's amazing the routine and how quickly you can get through stuff. For tomorrow, for day 6, it's the weekend. So I'm gonna have a little bit more time to do quilting tomorrow, which I'm looking forward to. So how was your day 5? Did you manage to get some quilting done today, or are you yet to do yours? I've loved following along all the progress. I was flicking through Instagram last night and saw all your wonderful posts and reels that you've been posting, so please keep posting them. They're just so great to see them. Finally doing the Ask Me Anything in the Instagram stories today, so pop a question in if there's anything you'd like to ask me about this August Quilting Challenge or quilting in general, and I will see if I can answer those. So looking forward to seeing you on day 6. It's the weekend, it's going to be full of sewing. I can't wait. So have a great one and we'll see you tomorrow. Hey everybody, it's day 6 of the August Quilting Challenge, and I am happy to report another successful day of sewing, or rather pressing. I managed to finish pressing the rest of my blocks, so I now have 240 little block starters for log cabins that are ready to have the next round of the logs sewn on, so that's great. I had plenty of time left today, so then I managed to press some strips that are going to be attached to another quilt top for a border, and then I even had some time left over to wind a couple of bobbins so that I can get cracking and not have to stop sewing. I did notice when I was pressing, some of my blocks could be doing with a bit of a squaring up, and I'm wondering whether to be lazy and just fix it on the fly as I put it through the sewing machine, or whether to spend one of my 15-minute sessions squaring up a couple of the ones that just need to be trimmed where it's gone a little bit wobbly. So we'll see how we feel tomorrow. Maybe laziness will win out and we'll just fix it as we go. But I'm so pleased that it's day 6. It's been almost a week since I started this, and I have successfully managed to do it every day despite work, despite chores, despite being tired, despite giving the dog a bath today and him actually giving me a bath in return. So it's been a great week. I really have enjoyed So please continue to tag me and use the hashtag August Quilting Challenge, sharing your posts so that I can see what you're working on. And share this with all your quilty friends so that we can all take part in this together and just have a great time in August sewing. So I'm excited for day 7 tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to seeing everything that you've been up to. So take care, and we'll see you tomorrow on day 7. Hi everybody, it's day 7 of the August Quilting Challenge, and I am happy to report another successful day of sewing has been done. Now today the choices were attaching borders to another quilt top or sewing more of the log cabins, and I actually decided that I wasn't going to add borders to the quilt top. I was going to leave it as it was because that didn't have as much of the border fabric as I thought it did, so I was going to be short. So instead, I added the next log to my log cabin. I'm really pleased that I stuck to it. It was very tempting today because we had guests coming around to skip it, but I didn't. I said, no, I want to sew, do my chores, 15 minutes sewing, chill, relax before my guests come, and I got it done, so that's great. And I'm looking forward to going into week 2 of the challenge, and I think that week 2 is going to be easier now that I'm starting to settle into the routine of it. So how was your day 7? Have you managed to do some sewing today? Are you ticking off your 7th day in a row? More and more posts coming in on Instagram. Everybody's sewing some beautiful projects and beautiful work. I love seeing them all. Thank you for tagging me. Please keep tagging me. Hashtag August Quilting Challenge. Really enjoying seeing everything that you are doing. It really is the best part of the day after I post my video. I go through all your comments and all your posts and look at them and share them and everything like that. So keep sharing, please. It's great. If you haven't already sewn today, good luck with your day 7, and we will see you tomorrow on day 8. Hey everyone, it is week 2 of the August Quilting Challenge, and I'm very happy to report 7 successful days of sewing. So 1 week down. Week 1 was great, but I have learned a few things from it that I want to adjust for week 2, such as trying to fit 15 minutes in between meetings and between pieces of work is just not working for me. I end up being focused on the work and rushing through the sewing. So I'm going to switch it to before or after lunch because that feels like it's at a natural break point in my day and it's not interrupting my workflow. When I am stressed though, and I find my mind wandering, I'm going to get some good music on and have a sing along as I sew because that always helps to distract my mind. And I also need to take my sewing machine apart. There is something wrong with the bobbin when I'm chain piecing. If I leave too big a space between the last piece and the next piece, it makes a clunking noise and then throws up a bobbin error. So I need to find 10 minutes to diagnose that and see what's going on. But I did manage to get 66 of my little log cabin blocks. I did for 1 second as I was sewing think that I'd suddenly sewn them upside down until I realized that I had picked up the wrong box, and actually I was doing fine. So that was a bit of a whew moment. How are you getting on with it? Did you manage your 7 days? Are you still with me? You ready for week 2? Ready for another good week of sewing? So if you haven't already done your sewing for day 8, best of luck to you. Keep sharing everything. August Quilting Challenge is the hashtag to use. I love seeing everything. I love sitting down reading your comments. So please keep sharing. So have an amazing day, have an amazing week, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow on day 9. Hi everyone, it is day 9 of the August Quilting Challenge, and happy to report another successful day of sewing done. Please ignore this microphone that looks really messy. I have a really hectic day today with meetings, and then I'm hosting an event for 2.5 hours this evening, so I wasn't quite sure where my day was going to fit. But right before lunch, I managed to get my 15 minutes in and it worked out fine. The sewing machine, touch wood, has been okay today, no bobbin problem, so I'm hoping that it might have worked itself out. I did sit down and I did finish sewing all of my little log cabin blocks. However, I've discovered today that I cannot count. I am 4 pieces short to finish these 120 B blocks. I'm hoping that I have the white fabric that I was using somewhere in a drawer so that I can cut 4 of these little bits. I hate when I do that. Then it's not like I'm short 50 pieces, you're like 4 pieces short, and then it's a big hassle to find it and cut it all up. So that's annoying, but never mind. So tonight during the webinar when I'm hosting it, I will be able to sit and cut all those up and then get them into boxes and then get the next stuff ready and hopefully find those scraps so that I can continue sewing. So it's all good. So how was your day 9? Still loving seeing all your posts and reels. There are some beautiful projects being made during the August Quilting Challenge. So keep sharing those, keep tagging me, August Quilting Challenge. If you haven't already done your sewing today, I wish you the best of luck. I hope you can find the time to get it done, and look forward to seeing you tomorrow on day 10. So have a great day and see you tomorrow. Hey everybody, welcome to day 10 of the August Quilting Challenge. Another day of quilting activities has been successfully achieved. Today I was pressing my little blocks. I got 145 of them pressed, which is quite impressive for 15 minutes. It's really hot here today in the UK. We're experiencing a second heat wave, which is quite uncommon for us. So it was nice to take 15 minutes out away from sitting beside a hot computer and just chill and do some pressing. So that was lovely and relaxing. Definitely noticing a difference with scheduling my quilting time in before or after lunch. Really much better frame of mind for me and much more relaxed and much more into the quilting as opposed to worrying about things that need to be done for work. So that's been a great success. So when I finish pressing the next lot, then I'm on to the fourth log cabin to be attached to this. So I'm hoping that by the time I get to the end of week 2 that I'm going to have a pile of 60 blocks done. I'm really pleased with the progress that I'm making. It's great. It's so great to see what everybody's doing, what everybody's working on. I love just being part of this community with you all and knowing that we're all sitting quilting and sewing and all that at home together is really nice to be a part of that. So please keep sharing with me. I'm looking forward to hopefully cramming in just a little bit more quilting tonight because I have some spare time as a meeting has cancelled. Tomorrow's going to be a difficult day because I have a jam-packed schedule of meetings, filming and just general 100 things to do. I am determined not to break the chain. I will make it work somehow. So how was your day 10? Have you done your sewing yet or are you yet to do it? Best of luck to you. Have a great day and we'll see you tomorrow on day 11. Day 11 of the August Quilting Challenge is done and I'm happy to report yet another successful day of sewing. This is starting to become a habit. As I mentioned yesterday, today is a very hectic day for meetings and filming for podcasts and recordings. So finding time to fit it in was a little bit tricky, but I did manage to get it done towards the end of the working day. More pressing today, finished pressing off the little blocks that I've been working on, and then setting up and getting ready for the next part. A couple of people have asked me what it is that I'm actually working on. Could I post a picture? So here's a picture of this. This is the A block. This is the B block. These are made up of 4 bits of log cabin. So I'm making all those individual bits that you see and then they're joined together with sashing. It is so hot today, so pressing was not quite as enjoyable as it was yesterday, but I got it done. I sat down last night and browsed and watched all the reels that have been posted. There's so much great stuff going on out there, so make sure you're following the hashtag so you can see what everybody else is working on. Tomorrow is day 12, hopefully a quieter day, so I'll have a little bit more time to do stuff and not feel as rushed. And then this weekend, I am hoping to start cutting up fabric for another project that I found buried at the back of a cupboard and had completely forgotten about. So hopefully get that cut up so that next week I can start to do a day in this project and a day on another project and alternate between the two. So I hope you've had a successful day or you're going to have a successful day. See you tomorrow. Day 12 of the August Quilting Challenge and another successful day under my belt. It's a beautiful day here in Scotland. The heat wave continues, which probably means that in the next couple of days it's going to be torrential rain and thunderstorms. So that summer probably finished for us. But still enjoying the sunshine and getting some sewing in whilst I can. Managed to sew another 60 of those little blocks today, really starting to power through these. I'm discovering that I really enjoy just sitting assembly line sewing. Having everything sitting there ready to go and just feeding it through the sewing machine one after the other is really it's really nice. I really like it. So I'm going to make sure that in future projects when I'm doing things like this, I'm just going to have it all ready and sitting at the side and just boom, 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 straight through the sewing machine. So yeah, enjoying it, loving it. So glad to be back to quilting. Have missed this so much. I'm so pleased this challenge is working out for me and I hope it's working out for you too. Tomorrow is a busy day. I am helping my mum to paint a fence, so I am hoping that I will be able to get my 15 minutes in the morning. I may not be able to get a video done tomorrow, but I will definitely make sure that I get my 15 minutes of sewing done at some point. So how's your day 12? Have you had a great day? Have you managed to do your sewing yet? Are you still to do it? It's the weekend, which hopefully means we'll get some extra sewing time in. So I hope you have a great day and we'll see you tomorrow on day 13. Which is unlucky for some, but lucky for me. Day 13 of the August Quilting Challenge is done and this is just a very, very quick update. Spent several hours today painting a fence in this heat wave, so I am absolutely exhausted and my brain is a bit bleh. Done my 50 minutes of sewing, managed to finish sewing the A blocks, so now I've got 120 at the B blocks to sew. Did think that I had sewn something on the wrong way around to unpick the seam to discover that actually I had sewn it the right way around and my brain was just tired. So by that point I thought, well, I've got 2 minutes left. I'm going to very quickly fix the elastic on a pair of trousers that broke and then I'm going to call it quits for today. So that was my 15 minutes on day 13 of the August Quilting Challenge. So I hope you've had a great day, or if you're still to do your sewing, I wish you a very wonderful day of sewing. It's the weekend, so hopefully you're going to get some time to get some sewing done. Have a great one, and we'll see you tomorrow on day 14. Can you actually believe that it is day 14 already of the August Quilting Challenge? The last 2 weeks have just gone zoomed by. I had time this afternoon, so I got to spend an hour sewing, which is the longest I've spent sewing for months, so it was absolutely wonderful. Sewed 120 of those little log cabins and then cut them all up and got them in boxes, and they're ready now to be batch pressed this week. I really think that I'm going to be able to get these quilt tops finished by the time I get to the end of August, so that is fantastic. Haven't cut up the other project as I thought I was going to. This morning I felt about 150 years old after painting that fence all day, so the thought of leaning over a table and cutting fabric was just a bit too much. But I'll get around to cutting that project at some point, there's no hurry. We're also almost at the halfway point of August, so I hope you're still with me and I hope you're still following along and you're doing your 15 minutes or however long it is that you're doing every single day. If you haven't managed to tick off every single day, don't worry, don't stress, it's okay. This isn't about making your life stressful or worrying because you're not getting your sewing in. This is just to give you the opportunity to find 15 minutes every day, or whenever you can fit it in, to sit down and just do some sewing. As I said on Friday, it was a heat wave here. Now we have yellow warnings for thunderstorms until Tuesday, and it's kind of sunny then dark, so we're just waiting for the impending torrential rain to hit us, which will hopefully cool things down and make it a little bit more bearable because it's so close today. But anyway, I hope you have a great day 14. I hope you get some sewing done, or if you've already done your sewing, well done, and see you tomorrow on day 15. Well, we have reached the halfway point of the August Quilting Challenge and it's day 15. Today I have pressed 171 of my little blocks, which I think is a new record. As I said yesterday, we were waiting on impending thunderstorms and they did not disappoint. We had 12 hours of non-stop disco strobe light lightning, and then we had torrential rain all through the night, and it has not stopped raining all day today. And the rain is continuing to pour down and is set to pour down until tomorrow. Summer is officially over in Scotland. I'm still really loving, I don't know about you, but I still really love just this assembly line thing that I've got going on. And I know this is nothing new and I'm not reinventing the wheel or anything like that, but I just love getting into the groove of press next, or sew. It's just so relaxing and soothing, just getting into that flow of doing stuff. So I'm curious if anybody else out there gets into that kind of meditative state when they're doing chain piecing or batch pressing of stuff. That was my day today, and I would have quite happily gone on for another 30-40 minutes, but sadly work beckoned. Never mind, got it done, and maybe might get a little bit more in tonight. I am recording more podcasts today. It has been a day of filming, so we will just have to see if I can squeeze it in, because it would be lovely to sit down for day 16 and actually start sewing the next bit on, because I really think that by the end of this week I can have all of these little blocks completed, squared up and ready to start putting together with the sashing. Hope you're having a great day. If you've done your sewing already, great job. If you haven't done it yet, good luck, and we'll see you tomorrow on day 16. And just like that, another day has been ticked off on the calendar. It is day 16 of the August Quilting Challenge, and another successful day of sewing has been done. Last night I thought I would have time to do some more pressing, but it didn't quite work out. So I did my pressing today, and then I managed to sew 40 of the next round of logs onto my log cabins. So I figured out that there are 240 seams between me and finishing each of these 240 blocks. And then, in fact, no, there are 480 seams. Okay, that's more than I thought. When they're done, that will be the end of constructing the individual blocks, and then it's squaring up, joining them together with sashing to make all the bigger blocks that then make up the quilt top. There's still plenty to do, but there's still plenty of days left in August. I'm hoping tonight to cut up my fabric that I was supposed to do at the weekend, so hopefully that will give me something else to start thinking about working on next week, or if I just fancy a change from this project. So I'm hoping you've had a great day 16 if you have done your sewing already. If you haven't done your sewing yet, best of luck to you. I hope you enjoy it and I hope you get some good quilting in. Keep sharing everything and tagging me, August Quilting Challenge. Loving seeing all your posts. There are some truly beautiful quilts and projects being made out there, including curtains, quilts, and lots of other things. So lovely to see you all. Best of luck today, and we'll see you tomorrow on day 17. Another day and another batch of sewing done. It is day 17 of the August Quilting Challenge and another tick on my calendar. Finished off sewing the last of the 80 A blocks that needed to be done. Lost a little bit of time because the sewing machine unthreaded itself, so I sewed for an extra couple of minutes just to finish them off because I had 6 left. Last time when I was sewing these I discovered I was 4 pieces short. This time I was 1 piece short. That is the most irritating thing in the world. Never mind, I stole a bit from the next round and I'll have to then find another bit in the next round to make up for the bit that I stole. But it's done and I have this lovely pile of blocks, so that's 120 seams down, 360 to go, but only one more log on this little bit and then they are ready to be squared up. So that's exciting. So now I can't decide whether to press and then finish these ones and square them up so that I can then make the big blocks, or whether to go with the B blocks, get all the logs on them and then do all the squaring up and everything at the same time. Decisions. So anyway, day 17, hope you've had a great day. How's your sewing going? Have you done some today or are you still to do it? We are so close to the end of August now, can't believe it. Just don't know where the time has gone, but it's still loving every minute of the sewing. Hope you have a great day whether you've done your sewing or not, and we will see you tomorrow on day 18. Hey everybody, it's day 18. Yep, day 18 of the August Quilting Challenge, and this is the quickest of videos today because I am in the middle of a mega day. I have spent 3 hours recording podcasts, the rest of the time in meetings, got half an hour for dinner, and then I'm going into another 2-hour meeting. So busy day, but I was pleased that I actually managed to get my 15 minutes of sewing done. I thought it wasn't going to happen, but then I was like, no, need to do it, don't break the chain. So I did it. Lots of sewing, had lots of fun. Looking forward to doing more tomorrow and more this weekend as I'm hosting my event. So hope you've had a great day. Hope you've managed to get some sewing done. Sorry this is so short, but we'll see you all tomorrow on day 19. Take care. Bye. Day 19 of the August Quilting Challenge is done, and I actually was so carried away with my sewing just now that I remembered I had forgot to do my video today. So having a fun time of it. Today is a tiring day after yesterday. Was literally in front of a camera for the better part of 6 or 7 hours yesterday for meetings and recording podcasts. So brain was like blah, blah, blah this morning. So sewing did not get done until after dinner, but I did actually do about 40 minutes tonight. I managed to sew all my little remaining A blocks and then cut up all my A and B blocks, and so now I have 2 very neat piles of pieces that are ready to be pressed. So I'm quite happy about that. 2 things tonight. I discovered that I couldn't find all my wonder clips, and I realised it's because it's been holding all of these pieces together. So I now suddenly have this big massive jar of wonder clips, which is brilliant. And I'm wondering, when you chain piecing, you know those little things you get and it has like an old rotary cutter blade in it, you can just put it down and cut them up quickly. What are those things called? Because I need to get one. I have snips that I use to cut up my chain piecing and they're absolutely hopeless, and I think this would be much quicker. So if you know what they are, send me a message or put a comment down below. So anyway, day 19 done. I hope you've had a great day if you've done your sewing. If you've not already done your sewing, best of luck. I can't believe we're almost at the 3-week mark. Ooh. So good luck, have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow on day 20. Well, it's day 20 of the August Quilting Challenge and we're still going strong with another day of quilting related activities ticked off on the calendar. Did a bit of pressing today for my blocks. Couldn't decide before whether I was going to do the A blocks to completion and then the B blocks, but decided to break it up and do all the same steps at the same time just to get into the flow of things. So going well. Half of them are done. Got a family thing this afternoon, so heading to that, and then I am hosting an event for work tonight for 6 hours until about 2 AM. So planning on finishing some pressing, sewing some more bits on in between events just to keep going, because I really would love to have these quilt tops finished by the end of the August Quilting Challenge. So it's been a successful week and I can't quite believe that we're about to enter the 3rd and final phase, or is it the 4th and final week of the challenge. So I mean, this has just zoomed past and I'm just so pleased with how many people have joined in and are sharing everything that they're doing. I saw somebody making Christmas bags yesterday which were amazing, and that has now got me thinking that I need to go away and try and make some Christmas bags. So it's been wonderful. I have had a great time. I haven't missed a single day, so I'm really pleased about that, even though work's been hectic and full on at times, I've still managed to find my 15 minutes and get it done and enjoy it. So really am pleased about that. So if you haven't done your sewing yet today, best of luck. If you had done your sewing, well done. Hope you have a great day and I'll see you tomorrow. It's day 21 of the August quilting challenge and today I did this. Hey! So last night I got my pressing done during the event that I was hosting and I got everything organised and ready to go, and then today I was waiting on a load of laundry finishing which had half an hour, so I did my 15 minutes and then did another 15 minutes. So I sewed 120 of these little blocks and they're all done and ready to be cut up, and then I will continue doing the rest of those this week. Thank you to everybody that responded to my question the other day, the blade slaver. I have a couple of them looked up. Sadly, some of them don't ship to the UK, but I have found a clover one that's very similar. So I've got that ordered. So I'm hoping that will come in time tomorrow so that I can sit and cut all these up, which will make my life so much quicker and so much faster. Finished my second bobbin. I have Bernina jumbo bobbins. So that's a lot of sewing that I've done in the 3 weeks of the challenge. So I was quite pleased about that. So we're entering the last little kind of furlough of this. Furlough? Is that the right word? Anyway, we're entering the last stage of the challenge in the last 10 days that are left. No. Yes, 10 days that are left. Yes, my brain's not working today. So anyway, hope you're still with me. Hope your brain's working better than mine. And if you've done your sewing today, well done. If not, have fun, enjoy it. Good luck. See you tomorrow on day 22. Well, we are on day 22 of the August quilting challenge and yet another day has been ticked off on the calendar. Today I was sewing the rest of those B blocks. I am about 2/3 of the way through of the 120, so we are getting towards the end. Then we have 240 of them to press, and then we have 240 of them to square up. So there is going to be an awful lot of squaring up being done in the 15 minutes this week. But I'm still confident that I can have these quilt tops finished, or at least semi-finished, for the end of the August challenge, which would be a great win. Much better day for my brain today. Yesterday I don't know what was going on, but my brain was just not in the planet. So much better day today. I have been, oh yes, I've been planning my videos and things for the rest of the year and a book that I'm writing, which is very exciting. So yes, it's been a good productive day, lots of quilting stuff going on. I did though yesterday notice that the sewing machine was making some very weird clicky noises, and it just goes to show that you should be cleaning your sewing machine fairly often, because there was a rather large thread stuck in the hook thingy that was making a clicking noise. So once I took that out, it was absolutely fine. So it's been a great day. I'm looking forward to this week, getting into the end of the challenge. How was your day 22? If you've done your sewing already, well done. If you haven't done your sewing already, best of luck to you, and we'll see you on day 23. It's day 23 of the August quilting challenge, and today has been a good day. Sewing is done. I have now finished sewing the last log onto all those little pieces, so I have 240 of the little log cabins all sewn up, these little things. So they are ready to be pressed. Today I got my little blade saver device that I use to cut up chain piecing. This is the clover one, and I've done a little reel about this that I'll publish soon, but this is really good. So today I managed to cut up 120 of those little blocks and then sew the rest of my blocks, and now have a beautiful pile ready waiting to be pressed. So now I'm starting to think in my head as I'm getting towards the end of the challenge and I'm getting towards the end of this project, how this will work for larger projects, because if I want to sit down and quilt, I can't really do much quilting in 15 minutes. I can probably only sew a line or two. So my thoughts are drifting naturally to how can I be organised and prepared so that when I do my 50 minutes every day, because I intend to do it every day after this challenge, how can I make it work? Because if it becomes cumbersome or challenging, then I won't do it. So I've got to make sure that I'm prepared. So I'm going to start thinking about that. So anyway, day 23, there are very few days left, but I'm so excited because it's going so well. I hope you've had a great day. If you've not done your sewing, best of luck. If you have, well done. And look forward to seeing you tomorrow on day 24. It is day 24 of the August Quilting Challenge and I am quickly running out of boxes to tick off in my little calendar. Today has been a running around, stressful, busy, hectic day, so I am actually quite late doing my sewing today, or rather my pressing today. All my log cabins are done and I cut up some yesterday and I cut up the rest today. I then sat and pressed this little bundle. Like playing cards. So I've pressed all 120 of my A blocks and I managed to press about 30 of my B blocks, and then the rest of my B blocks are here waiting to be cut up. So making great progress on this project, going really well, and I am absolutely loving that little blade saver device that I got. It just has made such a difference to cutting up my pieces when I'm chain piecing. So really very, very pleased with that purchase. Well worth the £16 it cost me. So yeah, it's been a busy day, but I've done my 15 minutes. I almost thought for a second that I was going to break the chain, but no, I can't break the chain this close to the end of the challenge. So how are you doing today? Have you had a good day? I hope you've managed to find some time to do some sewing. We are very quickly approaching the end of the challenge. I just cannot believe where the time has gone this month. So I thank you everybody for joining in and sticking with me this far. We're so close to the end, so good luck and see you tomorrow on day 25. So we're on day 25 of the August Quilting Challenge, and today I have finished pressing the last of my little blocks. I now have 240 components that will make up log cabins. And then the final step in the process of making the larger block is to put sashing between these and join them all together. It didn't take me very long to finish pressing them, so I had time to start sorting them into little piles. What I discovered is that some of them are just a tiny little bit bigger than the 6-inch square that they should be. So some of them need to be squared up, some of them don't need to be squared up. So I did think that I was going to have to do tons and tons and tons of squaring up, but actually I think probably for every 3 that are fine, there's 1 that needs to be done. So I probably only have to do like less than half, just need a quick square up. So it shouldn't take too long. So I should be able to do that in the next 2-50 minutes and then start getting the sashing on. It is the weekend coming up and I am hosting another event on Saturday all day, so I will be planning to do some sewing during the event, so that will hopefully help me get the squaring up finished, and then on Sunday I can sit down and have a bit of a bumper sewing session. So how are you today? Have you had a good day? Have you done some sewing today yet? Still following along with the challenge? We are coming to the end of the challenge, which is exciting, so I'm still grateful to everybody for sticking in with me as we make it towards the 31st of August. So good luck, have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Well, it's day 26 of the August Quilting Challenge and it's also Friday, which makes it a double whammy because it's the weekend. I have done some quilting related activities today. I continued to sort my blocks into piles, those needing squared up and those not needing squared up. A little bit over optimistic about how many needed to be squared up. I thought it was less than half, but actually it's probably more like 3/4. I was halfway through squaring up the pile though and realised that actually I didn't need to square these up until I finished making the blocks because it's the outside edge, and so I was creating more work for myself. So I wasn't quite sure whether to keep going or not, so I just kept going because I only had like 3 minutes left by the time I realised. I think the reason for that I'm having to square up just the outside edge is I seem to have a batch of little logs that I think I might have cut 1/8 of an inch narrower than they need to be, so I'm just squaring up everything to that size and it will all work out. I'm not worried. But anyway, it's the weekend. I'm hosting an event tomorrow. I'm looking forward to doing more squaring up and hopefully maybe a bit sewing during the sessions. And then hopefully on Sunday I'm going to have a couple of hours of sewing. And then I also have 2 days off, Monday and Tuesday, so I'm going to be lots of sewing. Yay, can't wait. Anyway, rambling on. How are you doing today? Have you had a good day 26? If you haven't done your sewing yet, best of luck. If you have done your sewing, good job. See you tomorrow. And this is my little quilty assistant, Eddie. Say hello. It is day 27 of the August Quilting Challenge and I have just not long finished hosting the event that was taking place today. Now, I said yesterday that I was going to be doing stuff in between the sessions, but unfortunately it did not quite turn out the way that I had planned it. Things went on with the event, a couple of instructors were sick and problems, so wasn't able to do any of my squaring up that I had planned to do. However, I spent 15 minutes after the event. I squared up the last of my blocks. I counted all my blocks out into little bundles so that I can pick them up and sew them nice and quick and easy so that it doesn't take me any time and I don't waste any time playing about with it. I also had a couple of minutes to fix a seam on a duvet cover that I recently bought that was burst, and that was fun as I tried to sew a zigzag stitch with a straight plate and my sewing machine screaming at me saying no, 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 no. So that was funny, but it's all fixed now. So yeah, I've had a very busy day, very brain tired now, but I've still done my sewing, and tomorrow I'm looking forward to spending a bit more time sewing these blocks, and everything is lined up and ready to go, and the only thing I need to do is give my sewing machine a good clean because it is full of dust, and some oil, and then I'm ready to sew. So it's the weekend. How are you doing today? How has your day been? Have you done some sewing yet, or are you still to do your sewing? Hopefully you have a great weekend of sewing in store for you. So best of luck, and we'll see you tomorrow. So it's day 28 of the August Quilting Challenge, and today has been a very successful day of sewing. I managed to get an hour and a half of sewing in today, so I have been getting all my last logs on. I've been getting the little blocks connected together and getting those pressed and ready to go. Time I spent yesterday squaring up and making little neat piles really made the chain piecing process go very quick, and I was able to just zoom through. So I am very hopeful that I will be able to have at least maybe one of these quilt tops finished for the end of the August Quilting Challenge. It would be lovely to have two, but I'm not sure I will have enough time to get it in, but I'm going to try and do as much as I can with the time that I have. There are only 3 days of this challenge left, and I cannot quite believe that we are at the end of August already. This month really has gone flying past, and I've had people commenting to me and asking me, can we keep this going once August is finished? And I'm starting to think about ways that we could keep this going that's going to help us to all continue to find that 15 minutes of sewing every day. So bear with me as I figure it out and find a way to do this. So anyway, how are you today? Have you had a great day? Have you done some sewing today? Have you done something quilting related yet? If you have, congratulations. If not, don't worry about it. If you can do it today, that's great. If not, it's okay. So anyway, have a great day whatever you are up to, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow on day 29. Well, it's day 29 of the August Quilting Challenge, and I just finished doing my sewing for the day. Lost some time today because my bobbin was running out, and so I had to stop and wind one bobbin. And then when I was winding it, I was like, well, I may as well wind more than one bobbin, so I ended up winding 3 bobbins. So I lost a couple of minutes of time, but I did manage to get 30 of my little units sewn together, so that forms half of the block, and then I've got another 30 left to do, and then I've just got one bit of sashing left to sew 60 times, and I'm done. There's still a bit of sewing to go, but if I had had bobbins ready, I would have been further along. So the moral of the story is be prepared. Now today's actually been the first day of this challenge that I've actually felt like it was a chore to go and do my 50-minute. I am on vacation today, and I was really looking forward to doing some sewing, but I'm feeling so tired today for some reason. I don't know why, so just really couldn't really be bothered. But anyway, I did it anyway, and I still enjoyed it apart from running out of bobbin thread. Hoping tomorrow I'll be a bit more enthused and have a bit more energy. Probably just a bit dehydrated and haven't drunk enough water. Anyway, we are almost on the penultimate day of the August Quilting Challenge. So how are you doing? Have you had a good day? Did you manage to do some sewing today? Did you manage to do some sewing this weekend? Hope you've had a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow on the penultimate day. It is day 30 of the August Quilting Challenge, the penultimate day in our challenge. Just wow, where did time go? So I have been doing some sewing today. I am still on vacation, so I had a bit of time this afternoon after doing some chores to sit down and sew for about an hour. I finished sewing little blocks together, pressed them all, and then sat down and thought, well, I've got another 15 minutes. I think I'll just put the last bit of sashing on, and that completes a block. And then tomorrow I'll do squaring up for my last 50-minute session. Picked up the sashing, sat at the sewing machine, and then discovered that my pieces are the wrong size. So I have a bundle of 60 strips that are half an inch short on all of those strips. And then the kicker is that the fabric that I have don't have enough left. Huge whoopsie daisy moment. Don't know what I was thinking when I cut those. All the other pieces were the right size, I think. So I need to come up with something to do for my very last 15-minute sessions. So that was a bit of a spanner in the old works there, but never mind. They are sitting and just need that last little bit of sashing added to them. So then it's very quick after that because it's just squaring up and making the actual quilt top. And I think that I could probably get that finished in about an hour all in. So there is really not very much left to do. So sucks. Anyway, never mind. how was your day 30? Have you had a good day? Have you done some sewing today? Or are you yet to do your sewing? So have a wonderful day, whatever you are doing, and we will see you tomorrow for the very last day of the August Quilting Challenge 2022. Well, there was days when I didn't quite think that it was going to happen, and then there were other days where it was so easy to find the time. But I'm very happy to say I have a full glowing report card for every single day of August. So yes, today is the very last day of the August Quilting Challenge, and I have ticked every single box on my calendar. I can't believe that I'm sitting recording this last video because I just don't know where the month has gone. It's just crazy how quickly this time has zoomed by. So I'm feeling very pleased with myself today, and I'm feeling like this is well on the way to becoming a new habit for me, where I just continue to find 50 minutes every day in between meetings and work just to sit down, do some sewing, unwind and just relax and enjoy something that I love to do. For my final day, I mentioned yesterday my whoopsie-daisy moment with my strips. I went rummaging around last night and actually found 2 scrap pieces of that fabric, which were from 2 other projects. Thankfully, there was a yard left and 2 scraggly, crumpled up pieces that took like 5 minutes just to iron all the creases out. So I've cut 30 of the strips that I need, and then I have cut the width of fabric strips that I need to cut the remaining 30. So I'm going to try, starting from tomorrow, just to keep doing my 50 minutes to make sure that I get it in every single day. Some days it will be longer, some days it will be shorter, just depending on what goes on with my schedule. I have plenty of things to be sewing because I have plenty of projects that I want to work on and plenty of video projects that I want to work on for the remainder of this year. So there is plenty of stuff that I can be doing in my 15 minutes. I just want to say firstly a massive thank you to everybody who has been taking part. I have loved every single day logging into Instagram at the end of the day, looking at all the posts, everything you've been making, curtains, pillows, quilts. I think somebody even made a blouse. It's amazing what people have been making, so I have loved following all your progress over the space of the last month. I did mention 2 days ago I wanted to find a way to keep this going so that we could keep this community going, and I have sort of semi-formulated a plan for how we can do this. So I'm going to post a video about that in the next week. I also mentioned that I was going to do a longer vlog on my YouTube channel about what I had learned. If you're interested in that, keep an eye on my YouTube channel and I'll be posting that within the next 2 weeks. So all that remains for me to say again is a massive thank you to everybody. I've loved this. I will be doing this again next year. I will be doing the August Quilting Challenge in August 2023. But for the meantime, thank you so much for being a wonderful community. Thank you for taking part. Thank you for following me. Thank you for liking and commenting on all my videos. And thank you for making it wonderful to be a part of this amazing community that we're in. So have an amazing day 31 of your challenge. I hope you get some sewing done today. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you soon.